In the very heart of the Vega Baja, or low plain, in the south of the province of Alicante, we find San Fulgencio, a quiet, welcoming agricultural town with a rich cultural and architectural heritage. San Fulgencio borders with Elche, Guardamar del Segura, Rojales, Formentera del Segura, Daya Vieja and Dolores. The population is distributed between different urban nuclei spread over the extensive borough, covering some 20 square kilometers. We can clearly differentiate between the town centre and the different urbanizations like La Marina, El Oasis, La Escuera and Las Pesqueras, among others, which have attracted numerous inhabitants from all over the world. In the present day, this is still fundamentally an agricultural town, producing vegetables, cereals and broccoli. In terms of industry, there are various companies specializing in canning, imports and transport. But without doubt, service industries have become the keynote in recent years, thanks to the growth of the many urbanizations drawn by the location, just a stone's throw from the coast. The A37 motorway means that San Fulgencio is well connected, not just with the principal cities of Alicante, but also with Murcia. The provincial capital of Alicante is just 39 kilometers away, and the nearest beach is just 2 kilometers away. This privileged geographical situation, together with excellent communications, define the characteristics of the town and what it has to offer for visitors. The history of San Fulgencio dates back to the 18th century, when Don Luis de Belluga y Moncada, Bishop of Cartagena and Murcia, instigated the project known as Pious Foundations, which included the drying out of a series of uncultivated marshlands around the mouth of the river Segura, transforming them into fertile agricultural land that it is today. The town owes its name to this religious figure and also the status of royal town granted by King Philip V. From this time onwards, the new town attracted young immigrants from the valley of the river Segura, who, with their hard work, established the prosperous town which is today San Fulgencio. One illustrious son of the town is Don José María Manresa, a lawyer and expert in law who worked as a magistrate and was president of the Supreme Court, as well as being a member of Parliament and senator. A walk around San Fulgencio is a re-encounter with a quiet, welcoming town with narrow streets and individual family houses typical of the area. The town hall in the centre of the town is the nerve centre of the place. It is also the square, which is the venue for the majority of the town's social festive activities. Another recommended place to visit is the parish church, in the town centre alongside the other official buildings. Not without Baroque overtones, certain contemporary elements give the construction a singularity which stands out thanks to its simplicity and sobriety. Dating back to the 18th century and dedicated to San Fulgencio, the patron saint of the borough, This is a construction in the form of a Greek cross, with 3 naves separated by arches resting on stout columns and crowned with a splendid dome. With regard to sculptural works to be found here, the most outstanding are the images of the patrons, San Fulgencio, created by José Ballester Badia, and the Virgin of the Remedy by José Sánchez Lozano. The church also houses the image of the co-patron saint of the town, San Anton, of unknown origin. The borough also has a rich cultural heritage, handed down from the ancient civilizations which inhabited these lands. The borough of San Fulgencio still today contains 3 archaeological deposits from the Iberian era. The first is the burial ground known as El Molar, on the left bank of the river Segura. The materials discovered here, according to the archaeologists, are an indication that this site dates back to one of the earliest stages of the Iberian era. The second site to be excavated in San Fulgencio was La Escuera, alongside the gully known as Las Cueras, which gives the site its name. The excavation was carried out under the auspices of Dr. Solveig Nordstrom in 1960, and among the remains discovered was the location of a city wall and a building, probably of religious nature, of large dimensions. The third deposit, known as El Oral, is the most well known, since work on the dig has been continued up to the present day. A visit is a journey back in time. The most outstanding element at this site is the urban planning. A wall runs around the most vulnerable part of the settlement, with 2 turrets which can still be seen today. We can distinguish the distribution of the ancient streets and what researchers have catalogued to be a central square and the structure of a baker's oven. The archaeological wealth discovered in the borough of San Fulgencio gave rise to the Archaeological Museum, opened in 1995, where visitors can appreciate some of the remains discovered in the 3 local sites. This is an exhibition dedicated to the Iberian period. It offers information about the Iberian culture through panels and displays detailing characteristics of the civilization regarding urbanism, commerce, and funeral traditions. All this historical heritage contrasts with the modern residential centres now existing in San Fulgencio. They all form part of the municipal structure and contribute to the outgoing and cosmopolitan atmosphere which is typical of this region. The traditional agricultural terrain surrounding San Fulgencio is replete with orchards of citrus fruits and vegetables, interconnected by the irrigation system of the river Segura. The network of pathways and tracks covering the district are an ideal way to get to know the natural spaces around the borough, whether on foot or by bike. The wide open spaces give the whole area an ever-changing spectrum of colours with the changing seasons. Visitors in search of nature will enjoy the area known as El Oasis, a leisure area situated some 3 kilometres from the town centre, near the beaches of La Marina and Guardamar del Segura. This is a zone to be enjoyed by locals and visitors alike, a place for sports and games, including picnic and barbecue facilities and children's playgrounds. There is also a terrace with views of the Vega Baja, El Hondo de Elche, and El Hondo de Amorós. But apart from all this, one mustn't forget the excellent weather conditions, which make San Fulgencio an ideal place to live or visit all year round. San Fulgencio has a full leisure and festive agenda, reflecting the historical tradition of the town. January sees the celebration of the festivities in honour of the patron saint San Fulgencio and the co-patron saint San Antonio Abad. These are profoundly religious festivals marked by the processions in honour of the two saints on the 16th and the 17th.
The more popular and traditional side of these festivals is centred on the event known as the hen begging, when local dignitaries walk the streets of the town together with the San Fulgencio Musical Union, whilst the locals offer animal donations as they pass.
Another very special occasion is known as the Brotherhood Lunch, when the inhabitants of the borough all get together and enjoy an excellent lunch. On the second Sunday in May, the festival of Saint Gemma of Calgani is celebrated in the rural district of Cuatro Caminos. This is a fairly recent tradition, since in the year 1998, Remedios García Lucas, the sister of the promoter of the hermitage, Canon Manuel García, donated the image of the saint. Since then, she has been taken out on procession and venerated by the people of this rural district, which sits astride the boroughs of San Fulgencio and Dolores. Around the 15th of May, the pilgrimage of San Isidro, the patron saint of farmers, takes place. From the early hours, the locals gather at the church doors, all waiting to accompany the saint, carried on a cart drawn by horses and oxen, to the area of El Oasis. Once there, the religious acts take place and the local authority offers a toast with wine to all the pilgrims taking part. October is the time for the festivals in honour of the patroness of the town, the Virgin of the Remedy. San Fulgencio is decked with colour, and the local people take to the streets and enjoy days of processions, dances, games, concerts and barbecues for the delight of young and old alike. The religious acts, like the procession with the image of Our Lady of the Remedy, the masses and dawn rosaries, combine with other more popular acts like the coronation of the festival queens and ladies in waiting, the official opening of the festivals, or the floral offering to the Virgin. A spectacular firework display brings to a close the festive days, which have been a source of devotion and fun for the whole of San Fulgencio. But there are also other periods of special festive interest in San Fulgencio, such as Christmas, with the traditional parade of the Three Kings and the distribution of gifts outside the town hall. Or Holy Week, which is celebrated with great respect, austerity and public participation. San Fulgencio has all the necessary facilities for its citizens. The municipal sports centre is a good example, with a full range of sports installations. The town has a new civic centre housing the municipal library, whilst the music centre is an excellent venue for concerts. Culture is paid special attention in San Fulgencio. Cultural Week is normally celebrated in the month of April, and the open-air cinema is an initiative which draws large numbers of people to the town hall square during the summer. Another of the attractions of San Fulgencio is the wide range of gastronomy. This is largely based on locally grown products. Boiled chicken with meatballs is one of the local favourite dishes, along with rice with rabbit cooked over an open fire. And no tour of the local cooking of San Fulgencio would be complete without sampling local desserts like pumpkin donuts, almojádenas, Swiss rolls, or the famous paparrojotes. And for lovers of international cooking, there is a wide array of restaurants in the different urbanizations within the borough. These areas also offer a varied and lively nightlife, thanks to the excellent weather all year round and the diverse elements of hostelry. Every Tuesday morning, there is a street market in the town where you can buy a wide range of products, including locally produced fruit and vegetables. Another street market is held on Thursdays and Sundays, similar to the one in the development at La Marina. San Fulgencio, quality of life on the Mediterranean coast.